Welcome back to Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking about you and your business. I'm excited to have my good friend Paul Carroll on with Efficient Wealth Management. Really a phenomenal thought leader when it comes to helping people with their financial situation. And we're delighted to have him as a regular contributor on the Price of Business. And also because of how uniquely entertaining my voice is, but not in the way any of us really want it to be, I'm going to ask my producer, Sigmund Kramer, to be a part of our segment as well. He'll be joining me and asking some of these questions of Paul. But Paul, before we start with that, tell us about Efficient Wealth Management.
Well, good morning, Kevin, and I hope you're feeling better soon. Efficient Wealth Management is a boutique wealth management practice based here in the Woodlands, Texas. And we help our select clients protect their wealth, mitigate their taxes, take care of their heirs, protect their assets from being unjustly taken, and maximize the impact of charitable giving. We do that using a team of experts and with a very consultative, non-sales type approach.
Yep, I love it, and I love what you guys do, and love your story. Go ahead, Sigmund, with your questions. I'm going to let you guys go back and forth a little bit here.
Yeah, Paul, thanks for being on today, and thanks, Kevin. Well, just tell us, Paul, what is going on out there that you are excited about right now? What do you think? What do you think is a major topic? We just had Tax Day, so a lot of people are probably depressed over that. Cheer us up, will you?
Well, Sigmund, good morning. And I've got a great story I want to tell. It may take a few minutes, but I think you'll love this. I just got back from vacation. I just spent a little over 3.5 weeks away from my business, and I'm excited because this is something that I've never done before. I think every small entrepreneur out there wonders, how are you going to run a business, especially a financial business just in tax time, and not be there? To me, it's one of the benchmarks of truly owning a business when your team can run it without you. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that and what it took for us to get there.
Okay, great. I love that. I know there are a lot of small business owners that are really getting hit hard right now, and they feel like no one's going to love my business like I am, whether it be doctor or a restaurant owner. They're afraid to kind of let the reins go. So tell us about how you can do that.
Well, when I started my business about 10 years ago, one of the most valuable resources that I'd ever had is a book called The E-Myth. You may recognize it. It came out, I believe, in the 80s. And I don't know why it's called The E-Myth. It's got nothing to do with electronic or the Internet. But one of the great seminal thoughts in The E-Myth is the concept that every single thing you do, even down to practically washing your hands after using the restroom, should have a procedure, should have a step. And I built those procedures at the very beginning. The second thing is we've massaged the procedures. We use them. It takes a lot of time. We practically could franchise the business. We have so many procedures in place. And that's enabled me to grow the business and delegate tasks and duplicate the operations with very talented young individuals that I'm very proud of.
Right.
The other thing we've done is focused on a new way of doing business. I get this complaint a lot, actually, from clients who are small business owners. The younger generation don't have the work ethic. They don't get it. And I have to respectfully disagree. They're different. Different things motivate them. But, unless there's been a genetic change in our DNA in the last 20 years, they can be motivated. They can be given autonomy. I think in a lot of businesses, the challenge today is that baby boomers have been in their way so long, and the recession of the last 5 years has been so bad that a lot of them have just given up.
Yeah.
And who can blame them? Because when I was young, by the time you were 30, you were 35, you were an airline captain, you were a partner in an accounting firm, you were a mid-level executive. 35 today, you're just doing time, waiting.
Right. Well, I think you make an excellent point about the youth. Obviously there are a lot of young entrepreneurs out there, and those entrepreneurs are hungry and they want to succeed. And
right.
a lot of, whether it be in Silicon Valley or here at home in Houston, there are a lot of young people who are very motivated, very willing to work very long hours and do really whatever's necessary to make their business succeed. And so I think you're right about that. I don't think there's been a genetic change, but I think that there does seem to be that perception out there anyway that young people are slackers. They don't want to work very hard. They're not motivated. So how do you get past that hurdle? How do you find the right candidates to bring in the young people that are going to be motivated, that are going to be really hardworking and take your business where you want it to go?
That's a great question. And the real question is what motivates young people. Young people actually don't want to work 80-hour weeks. And I applaud them for that. That doesn't, I mean, most of us, there's no work ethic. My team, they maybe work 55, 60-hour weeks, and I think that's more than enough,
sure.
Maybe even too much. And so that's forced me to revisit, okay, how much of that 80-hour week that I worked at 25 was busy work, was a waste of time, because they don't need to be doing that. The other thing they like is flexibility. We have a system in our company. If you have a gym or something that's going to cause you to come to work at 8:20 instead of 8, that's fine. Make it up. We have a program, put it in the calendar that you're regularly going to be late or that you need this time off. Young people really value flexibility.
Yeah, flex time is an important factor now, isn't it?
It's a big thing. What we've tried to develop is what I call a results-oriented work environment. I want the job done. You guys figure out how it's going to get done, and if one of you needs a day off, you want Friday off for Good Friday, you want something else, make sure among your team you've got the coverage. Don't even bring it to me. And the team, interestingly enough, is very good at keeping everyone honest because no one wants to get dumped on all the time by the same person.
Sure.
So those are things that we're trying. I mean, they're just little steps, procedures, delegating. Almost every major task that's done that's important or client-facing, we never do solo. We always have a second person, slightly junior, in on the process.
Yeah, that's a very important. That's almost like cross-training, so they're available. Right. They can learn the whole business, all aspects of it, and that they're going to be comfortable in it, so that when the business owner is out of the picture, whether it be on vacation or because they're sick, that they can fill the role, and any role really, confidently.
That's absolutely right. Now that costs a little more. It's a little less efficient. But I think really why I'm so excited and want to talk about this today, I was on the other side of the planet for 3.5 weeks. I didn't get so much as an email or a text message from the office the entire time. And I was thrilled, but when I got back and I discovered some of the challenges they had, I was so proud to be able to go, this is a great team.
Yeah,
This is important.
That's a great feeling. Now, we have about a minute left, Paul, so let's wrap it up. You said proper planning, first of all, so that everything's in place, having the right team that's motivated and doing things in a way that are going to motivate them, that are going to give them an environment that they want to come to work in and want to really strive that, as hard as possible, go that extra mile for you when you're there, when you're not there. So just some closing thoughts in the last 30 seconds.
Well, the last thought is they're going to have a path to partnership or a path to ownership or a path to stakeholdership. I mean, there has to be a route, not just, well, this is a great job, I promise it'll get better. And we have very clearly defined positions and roles that will grow up. And not just this is your next position if you pull the right levers, but this is what it's going to take for you to get there, very clearly defined. So they feel like they do have a future and a reason to be coming in those extra hours and to be a quote-unquote thinking like an owner.
Boy, is that important.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Paul Carroll.
We want to make sure we get his website in, efficientwealthmanagement.com, efficientwealthmanagement.com. Thanks, Paul. And when we do come back, much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at ufcreview.com.